Personal life, love, fame, and spiritual seeking. Gere's personal life often attracted public attention, particularly his marriage to supermodel Cindy Crawford in the 1990s, which made them one of Hollywood's most photographed couples. Beyond relationships, he developed a deep interest in Buddhism, which shaped his worldview and personal choices. Meditation and spiritual study became central to his life, offering grounding amid fame. This inner pursuit sometimes set him apart from the traditional Hollywood lifestyle, reinforcing his image as someone less driven by celebrity culture. His life increasingly reflected a balance between public admiration and private reflection, guided by spiritual curiosity. Activism and Hollywood tension. Standing for beliefs, Gere became widely known for his outspoken activism, particularly in support of Tibet and human rights causes. His advocacy brought global attention to issues often overlooked in mainstream entertainment circles. However, it also created tension within Hollywood, where political engagement can sometimes affect casting opportunities. Rather than retreating, Gere continued to speak openly about his beliefs, prioritizing conviction over convenience. While some interpreted this as a step away from major commercial roles, it reflected his consistent alignment with personal values. His activism became an inseparable part of his identity beyond film. Later, career evolution, not disappearance. Contrary to the idea of fading from Hollywood, Gere's later career demonstrated evolution rather than absence. Films like Chicago, 2002, which earned widespread acclaim, Arbitrage, 2012, and Norman, 2016, showcased his continued range and maturity as an actor. These roles were less about romantic idealism and more about complexity, morality, and human contradiction. While he no longer dominated blockbuster headlines, he remained active in meaningful cinema. His career trajectory reflects a shift from mass stardom to selective artistry, proving that influence in film does not always require constant visibility. Conclusion: a legacy beyond stardom. Richard Gere's legacy cannot be measured solely by fame or box office success. Instead, it lies in the emotional imprint of his performances and the principles he carried throughout his life. He represents a rare figure in Hollywood, a star who embraced both success and detachment, visibility and introspection. Whether remembered as a romantic icon or a thoughtful seeker, his impact remains undeniable. His journey raises a lasting question about the cost of authenticity in a world built on illusion. In the end, Gere's story is not about disappearance, but about choosing a different kind of permanence. Richard Gere stands as one of Hollywood's most enduring symbols of romance, elegance, and quiet intensity. For decades, he embodied the kind of leading man who could make audiences believe in love stories with a single glance. From the seductive sophistication of American Gigolo to the fairy tale charm of Pretty Woman, Gere helped define the modern romantic hero. Yet behind the fame, he was never simply chasing stardom. His journey reflects a deeper search for meaning, identity, and peace within an industry built on illusion. His story is not just about success, but about transformation, choice, and legacy. Early life, roots in Syracuse and a restless spirit. Richard Gere was born on August 31, 1949 in Philadelphia and raised in Syracuse, New York, in a modest working-class family. His father worked in insurance, while his mother managed the household with care and discipline. Growing up as one of 5 children, Gere experienced a childhood shaped by simplicity rather than privilege. Yet even in those early years, he showed signs of depth and sensitivity. Quiet and introspective, he often gravitated toward music, athletics, and reflection. This early balance of discipline and creativity would later define his personality and guide his unusual path toward acting and spiritual exploration. Education and early passions, athletics, music, and philosophy. At North Syracuse Central High School, Gere excelled as a gymnast, earning a scholarship to the University of Massachusetts Amherst. There, he initially pursued philosophy, drawn to life's deeper questions about existence and purpose. Alongside academics, he developed a strong passion for music, teaching himself trumpet, guitar, and piano. These interests were not casual hobbies, but meaningful outlets for expression. He eventually stepped away from gymnastics and leaned toward the arts, sensing that performance offered something athletics could not. This combination of physical discipline, intellectual curiosity, and musical sensitivity shaped the foundation of his artistic identity. Early career theater beginnings and the stage breakthrough. In the early 1970s, Gere moved to New York City to pursue acting, facing the uncertainty common to many aspiring performers. He began with small theater roles and struggled to find consistent work, often carrying his guitar as a personal companion. His first significant opportunity came on stage, including a notable role in a London production of Grease, where he played Danny Zuko. These early performances revealed his quiet charisma and emotional presence. Unlike many actors of the era, Gere did not rely on theatrical exaggeration. Instead, he brought subtlety and depth that made casting directors take notice. Breakthrough, Days of Heaven, and cinematic recognition. Gere's breakthrough arrived with Terrence Malick's Days of Heaven, 1978, a visually poetic film that showcased his natural screen presence. Playing a drifting laborer entangled in a tense love triangle, he delivered a performance defined by silence, restraint, and emotional weight. Rather than dominating the screen with force, he drew attention through stillness and expression. This role positioned him as part of a new generation of actors capable of blending beauty with introspection. It also marked the beginning of Hollywood recognizing Gere not just as a handsome face, but as a performer with artistic depth. Stardom era. American Gigolo and an Officer and a Gentleman. The early 1980s transformed Gere into a global star. American Gigolo 1980 cemented his image as a symbol of modern sensuality and style, while An Officer and a Gentleman 1982 elevated him into a full-fledged romantic leading man. These roles defined an era of cinema where emotional vulnerability and masculinity coexisted on screen. Gere's performances were marked by quiet intensity rather than flamboyance, making him stand apart from his peers. Hollywood embraced him as a new kind of heartthrob, refined, thoughtful, and emotionally complex, capable of redefining what it meant to be a romantic icon. Global fame, Pretty Woman, and cultural impact. In 1990, Pretty Woman paired Gere with Julia Roberts, creating one of the most beloved romantic films in modern cinema. His portrayal of Edward Lewis, a reserved businessman softened by unexpected love, became iconic worldwide. The film's success elevated Gere to unmatched popularity, solidifying his place in pop culture history. Yet even at the peak of fame, he maintained a measured distance from Hollywood's excess. He was admired not only for his roles, but also for his composure and selective approach to projects. This period represented the height of his influence as a romantic symbol.